Hello everyone, Sonic Brawler 182 here, and today we're going to be pulling for Laegjarn in Fire Emblem Heroes. My goal is to get her to plus 10 eventually. Probably won't happen today, but we'll get as many merges as we can. I already have one, as you can see. She's a plus res minus HP. And she's been really good so far, but I'd like to just get better IVs and then merge her up and she'll be really strong. I already have a few abyssal map clears using her. You can see them on the channel. And yeah, and I have a few other things I'd like to pick up. You can see there on the right, mostly just merge projects and skill fodder. But we're mostly going to be sniping reds, so yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, that's a good start. I've already pulled on the banner, obviously. I have all of the focus units. I got them all within 117 orbs, which wasn't too bad. Oh, there's Marth. I need one more of him before I can check him off, but yeah, good start. Yeah, my Marth is at plus 8 right now, so hopefully we get another one. But yeah, what is there to talk about? Hasn't been a lot going on in the game lately, and it's been kind of I don't know, a bit repetitive, because if it weren't for the fact I was saving up all my orbs for Laegjarn, like I think I wouldn't even be playing the game right now, to be honest. But yeah, we're kind of just waiting for book 3 at this point, and I hope they have some big changes coming with it, along with like a better story or something, because yeah, it's been a bit boring so far. So that burst covers the reposition fodder. I have that down as Selena in the right over there, but burst is fine as well. So no 5 stars yet, but wasn't really expecting that, to be honest. And I'm actually playing this in BlueStacks, the Android emulator / virtual machine. Makes it look really nice on my 4K screen. I'm hoping the video quality comes out properly and that YouTube compression doesn't mess things up. But just in terms of the game though, there's a few game modes and stuff I'd like to see, a few changes. One, for example, I'd love to see is a My Castle, like in Fire Emblem Fates, because I just think this game would naturally lend itself well to just some sort of customization feature like that, because you could send your castle off to other people, or other people could come visit it, and maybe you can make like a little custom map out of it, like in Fates. And it'd be a good way to interact with friends in the game, because we really don't have any way of interacting with friends right now. It's kind of strange that the game's been out for so long and they've barely done anything with it. But as well as that, I was thinking a cool mode they could do is like a sort of classic Fire Emblem mode. Like, okay, so you know the EXP you gain in this game, you need to get to level 40, and you get to levels, we're at a point where you get to level 40 so fast that they might as well not even have the EXP in the game. Like, they might as well just give you level 40 units off the bat. But obviously they're not going to change that. But something I was thinking was a mode where everyone starts off at level 1. It could be a bit like Tempest Trials or something, and you just go through a couple of maps and you get EXP and your units get stronger. Maybe they could have their preset skill sets as well, just like a sort of more limited mode to, like, you know, play around with units as they're sort of meant to be, rather than all the crazy builds we all build from skill inheritance and stuff like that. I just think it'd be kind of interesting, sort of as a balanced game mode. and they could use it as an excuse to give us more orbs and stuff. Oh, well, I got a hell Bindi. I actually kind of wanted him because I'm thinking of putting the green dual infantry skill on my Inigo in the future. I'm hoping they give us a triangle adept sacred seal because the Inigo build I have is sort of that one that it's the one that's meant to counter like blue mages and colorless bows and stuff, but you kind of need triangle adept for it along with the Ground Raven. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just okay. Reds. Finally. Anyway, also if I sound a bit nasally, forgive me. I can't. Oh well. I knew that would happen. We're probably gonna get loads of her, loads of Levitain and no Laegjarns. That's what happened in most of my summon simulations. But yeah, if I sound a bit nasally and stuff, it's because I got a flu during the week and I'm sort of recovering from it. But it's still kind of there. It's a surprise I haven't gone on a big coughing spree or something yet. But anyway, redeem. So yeah, there's as well. I think they really need to do something about Arena because I mean nobody seems to like it right now except for maybe, you know, the people who spend tons of money on the game. Actually, on that note, I should note that the I have 400. I've started with like 402 orbs, but I think about 40 of them are actually ones I bought because I wanted to round up to 400, and also I usually buy the monthly packs, the ones that come with like 20 or so orbs and the, like, say hero feathers or sacred coins or something, because I usually find those, it just helps you build your units a bit faster even without the orbs, so always handy to have those. But yeah, so far no Laegjarn. Where's my Laegjarn? But we've gotten some pretty good fodder and stuff so far, so that's not too bad. I kind of just have the Hinoka and Veronica and all that there just in case I get into a situation where I've got only blues or only colorless, but otherwise I'm sniping reds. Let's see. And another good mode that I've seen people suggest is a history mode, people are coining it as, where it's like you play through classic Fire Emblem maps, and or like maps that are inspired by like actual Fire Emblem games. So for example, they'd be rival domain size maps, and they would say, for example, you'd have Chapter 1 of Shadow Dragon, that's a map you can play through or something like that. And I think that'd actually be a really cool mode as well, and you'd be limited to the characters from that map. Like, so for example, Marth, Sida, Yagan, Abel, those were all characters you had in the first map in Shadow Dragon. So they could do something like that, and that could also work well with that other idea I mentioned about a mode where your characters are reset to level 1 and stuff like that. They could tie that in with the history mode idea people have been throwing around, and yeah, I think that would be a really cool mode, a bit of a different way to play the game, because I'd say the greatest strength of this game is how customizable everything is, and that's sort of why I play it. I just kind of play the game to build units, just really silly builds that are as strong as I can make them using the characters I want to use. But I think a mode that just kind of limits you like that, so like resetting you to level 1 and stuff like that, I think that'd be a kind of interesting way to mix things up. Plus they could just, as I said before, just more orbs, more feathers, whatever you want. It's just an excuse to get more of that. We're getting a lot of repeats here. A lot of Hannah and a lot of Ogma. I actually usually don't get a lot of them. As well, this is actually kind of handy because I'm really running dry on fodder. I've used a lot of skill fodder in the past few weeks because I've been doing a lot of abyssal maps and GHB elite challenges to save up orbs. Probably gonna get pretty broken. No, we're not. I don't need you, Effie. I already have 11 Effies, so she's already ready to be merged up. I just need to get the feathers. But I want to do Marth first, and then I can use Effie and hopefully build an armor team, a proper one, because I haven't really built a proper armor team. Let's see, who's this gonna be? Sorry about that. Katria, I don't get a lot of her. I don't really know what skill she has off the top of my head though. Okay, so we're down into the 200s. Let's see. Okay, good batch. Trying to think of what else there is they could add to this game or change around. I know one thing a lot of people have mentioned, and I'd say I'd kind of like it as well, is some kind of crossover event with another game. Because obviously, you know, it's Fire Emblem. You want it to mostly be Fire Emblem, but it wouldn't hurt to, you know, throw in characters from some other Nintendo game or something, or from another mobile game, and just have them as guests on a banner. It would drive a lot of traffic to the game. I think that could be really cool. So yeah, that's something I'd like to see as well. I think my personal choice would be a Final Fantasy crossover, because I've always wanted to see, you know, Final Fantasy and Fire Emblem crossover in some kind of way. Because I think I don't know, I think they just, it would fit, because there's a lot of Final Fantasy games that have, you know, like medieval fantastical aesthetics. So I think that, and as well, Final Fantasy has a number of mobile games. Like there's Brave Exvius, I think. Yeah, that's one of them. Record Keeper, Dissidia Opera Omnia. So yeah, they've got a lot of mobile games, right? So what they could do is they could do a crossover with Fire Emblem Heroes. So you get some Final Fantasy characters in Fire Emblem Heroes, and you get some Fire Emblem characters in Final Fantasy, whatever mobile game they decide to use for it. Or they could just make a full-scale crossover, you know. Probably not going to happen though. Sorry about that. Oh god. I mean, I hear she's a good unit, but you can get her at 4-star, so I'd rather not get a 5-star. Actually, while we're on that topic, they really need to thin out the summoning pool, because there's just, especially in reds, which I'm pulling for right now, there's just way too much, way too many pretty breakers. Hey, Sita. Ooh, so that's actually really good, because I want to put 4 to 5 flyers on my Claire. She's my support unit. She's been that way for like over a year, and she's been really good. I have her at +10, and what my plan is, basically Laegjarn, I have 4 or 5 flyers on her, and she's the defense tank, but Claire is sort of like a resistance tank, so I have like distant counter on her and everything. So basically I can have Claire fortify Laegjarn to make her better at def tanking, and I can have Laegjarn fortify Claire to make her better at res tanking. A lot of Corrin. I think he's the one we've gotten the most so far. But we're drawing kind of close to halfway through my orbs. Been a bit disappointing so far, but at least we got some of the fodder I was looking for. No Laegjarn though. Oh god! You can get him at 4-star too! See? But yeah, they really need to thin out that pool, especially the reds. Like, for example, I know Celica is a really popular character, but I don't really think we need 3 Celicas in the red 5-star pool. 5-star exclusive pool at that. I think this might be a strange choice to some people, but I think they should demote Fallen Celica. And the reason, I have 2 reasons why I think they should do that. One, we already have Brave Celica in the red 5-star exclusive pool, and she's also a red sword unit. She's not even like, at least the normal Celica is a tome unit, but Fallen Celica and Brave Celica are both sword units, so why do we need both of them in the red exclusive 5-star pool? I think Fallen Celica should be demoted because I think Brave Celica is the better of the 2 in terms of like stats and stuff and the skills she comes with. But Fallen Celica, if you made her like a 4-star and took her out of the 5-star exclusive pool, I don't need any more crumbs. I have a +10 crumb. But anyway, yeah, so Fallen Celica just isn't as good as Brave Celica in general. So yeah, I think they should just demote her. Plus, the other reason I wanted to mention was that she's one of the Fallen characters, and they kind of have a unique look to them, a unique feel. And we kind of I don't believe we have any, I think. I'm not too sure off the top of my head, but we don't have any of those in the 4-star pool. So yeah, I think it'd be nice to have a fallen hero in the 4-star pool. Who's this gonna be? Tarja. Don't have a particular need for Tarja. Tarja. Sorry, my voice is just a bit, like I said, it's a bit all over the place today. I'm getting a bit better, but I almost didn't want to record the video because of it, but I was kind of feeling it. And Steve, you know, I haven't really done like a big summoning session before like this. I think the most I've ever done is like 200 orbs. Another Effie. I should build 2 +10 Effies at this point. That would be amazing if you could actually do that though. I mean, you can do it, but if I actually did do it, it'd be pretty amazing. I think I've pretty much exhausted what I want to see from the game. I mean, other than like better story stuff. Like at the moment, they've just kind of been like, they haven't really been using the actual Fire Emblem characters, and even the original characters like Laegjarn here. Like, I really like Laegjarn. I especially really liked her when she was first introduced. But I think they dropped the ball with how they handled her character, like, towards the late end of the game. I mean, the way she died was so, like, contrived and silly. It's like, what, she just wouldn't join our side. And I know that's kind of like an archetype, the Camus archetype in Fire Emblem, or Camus as some people like to pronounce it. But yeah, I don't know, I didn't think it was very believable, I guess. I mean, and as well, like, if you go into, it's like the worst example of like gameplay story segregation, because like if you go to like the lunatic chain challenges, right, where Surtur is on, I think that's how you pronounce his name, forgive me if that's wrong, but yeah, Surtur, that's how I'm gonna say it. Yeah, so on the chain challenge maps, lunatic level, where he's on them. He's obviously a green unit. Laegjarn and Levitain are red units, and they're very powerful red units. They basically solo him, especially Levitain with the, if you give her just like a couple of buffs, her weapon effect will come into play and she'll just destroy Surtur. And like, keep in mind, he lost his immortality towards the end of the game, which is why we were able to defeat him. So it's just beyond me that they just like didn't, Levitain and Laegjarn didn't just switch sides. If anything, I think it would have made... Alright, I have myself a +10 mark now. Great. I'll check the IVs later. I might, for some of the more key units, the 5 stars, I might check their IVs after I'm done recording and just edit them in on the left there. I could have used Heroes Helper to do it live, but that might slow things down. Heroes Helper, if you haven't heard of it. Oh! Finally! Actually, I'm going to check her IVs right now. Because I just want to know, have some peace of mind. So I have my phone open. Let's see. Okay, so she is plus defense, minus HP, which is better than what I've got already. Plus defense is much better than plus res. Okay, so continue summoning for more. I kind of don't want minus HP. I really do want minus res because I think all of her other stats are good, but her res is just so bad that I just want it to be the minus stat. It's also a super bane, which means she gets -4 res instead of -3. So yeah, I just really want that to be the dump stat. I already have Claire as just like a invincible res tank. Like, magic units can barely touch her unless they've got like a really good special on them. Olivia. I've used Olivia a lot recently. Literally as a 4-star one to fill out dancer spots in Abyssal and Infernal maps. Actually, I'll stop. I should be checking the pity rates more often. But yeah, we got 1 down. Let's see. Okay, that's good. We might still get her yet. We might get more of them yet, because in some of my simulation attempts, I got like none. I got like no 5 stars, or at least no Laegjarns for like the first half. And then when I come towards like 200 orbs, I start getting loads of them. So hopefully that's what's going to happen right here. That's a 3-star. Sad. I have a funny story regarding him. Recently I was trying to do the Xander, I think it was the Infernal GHB Elite map, and I was using Xander himself for it as well, but I needed to put swap on him, and I gave a 5-star set to him just for another one. See, this is his revenge for what I'm about to tell you, but yeah, so basically it started when I needed to use Seal, Attack, Death on my legendary Ike for a certain map, and for some reason I had Vantage equipped on my Ike, so I didn't realize that he already had that skill built in when you get him. So I was going to 5-star a set to give him that skill, but he already had the skill. So I was just sitting there on a 5-star set that I wasn't really going to use, and yeah, I just ended up foddering him off for Xander to give him swap. So yeah, He's having his revenge right now, taking up my red slots. 1 second here. Okay, I'm back. I needed to really blow my nose and stuff there. Didn't want to subject you guys to that, but let's see what our appearance rate is at. It doesn't seem like we really got anything of note during that. Okay, more reds, please. We didn't really get much reds there either. What else? Oh yeah. Another suggestion I really had for this game in regards to summoning, I think they should also implement a mercy pull, because right now we just have the pity rate, and the pity rate is so unreliable, especially for focus units. But if they had like a mercy pull for focus units, sorry, what did I even say there? Focus. But if they had a mercy pull for focus units, so like say for example, if you pull 10, or well, I don't know what a good number would be, but just as an example, pull 10 times on this banner for Laegjarn, pull 10 times for reds, you'll get a guaranteed Levitain or Laegjarn, for example, or if it's green, a guaranteed Hellbendi in like 10 pulls. Obviously 10 pulls is probably too low a number, but I'm just saying as an example. Yes! Finally. Let's see. That's minus attack. Minus attack isn't the worst on her, but I don't think I want to sacrifice that really. So she's... yeah, plus death, minus attack, so the other one I got is better. So yeah, she'll be merged. Another red right here. Hopefully that's another one. Oh, smoke. And it's sausage fingers. But yeah, as I was saying, they just need a mercy pull system, like where you just get a guaranteed focus unit after a certain amount of pulls. And it's not like I think that would like hurt them any, because another game I play called Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, it's another gacha game, the Kingdom Hearts series. They have a mercy pull system where you'll get, in that game, instead of units, it's medals that you're pulling for, but you can get the featured banner medal within like say 5 pulls or 10 pulls, and it's actually really like doable, like for a free-to-play player. If there's a medal you really want and you've been saving your jewels, which are the orbs in that game, if you save your jewels, you can just get that medal guaranteed. You can like plan ahead for this stuff, and in that game's case, the Japanese version is ahead of the global version by a little bit, so you can find out in like well in advance what medals are upcoming. So it just works really well for us global players who are also free to play. It's just a lot more friendly and you can plan around it. Whereas I know a lot of people say Fire Emblem Heroes is such a generous gacha game, and it kind of is in some ways, but in other ways I think it's very stingy. Like for example, how the pity rate system works. I just don't really like it, because there's no planning at all. I know gacha games are supposed to be based around luck, but there should be some form of like, you know, like a mercy limit or something, so you don't end up in a situation like this where you've got 400 orbs saved for Laegjarn and you get like other characters or just no characters. Then again, I did get another Sida. I guess I have plenty of fortified flyer fodder right now. I wouldn't mind building her because she is a sort of like a red version of Claire. But to be honest, I don't really need it because Claire does just fine, even against green units. I mean, I think she hits like, with all the buffs applied, I think my Claire can hit like around 80 res. Like that's just more than you need really. And her glacies can hit really hard. She's a plus res IV as well, that's part of the reason. And she's minus death. But yeah, and another Marth. I'll check the IVs on him later. Because my current Marth is actually neutral IVs. Yeah, so I might consider making like a plus speed one if I've gotten any. And as well, I should also say, any of you in the comments, feel free to drop any suggestions you have for like modes and stuff that they could, modes and changes they could make for the game, and what else? Also, oh yeah, we're kind of getting near the end, so I should probably mention this. This channel right here is not going to be my main channel. It's just sort of an old channel that I've been using as a dumping ground for testing. I am really hoping to make a full-scale, proper YouTube channel. I want to work on it at least part-time, monetize it, all that crack. Yeah, so and one of my main focuses is going to be on 4K 60 FPS content like you're seeing right now, and a lot of it is going to be focused around emulation. So what I want to really do is make playthroughs of games with commentary using emulators to display those games at 4K 60 FPS. And I could also do like some actual PC games, and I'll also have some new recent console games every now and then. One of my main projects is I want to play through every Fire Emblem game at 4K 60, and that will include Heroes down the line. I will do like the story mode of Heroes with a new account, and see how we get along with that, because I actually think that would be a really interesting experience to kind of build up from scratch and pull as little as possible. But yeah, I want to do like every Fire Emblem game, because I've only played Fate's Birthright. I played most of Fate's Conquest, but I was playing a Lunatic Classic and I got stuck on chapter 26, I think it was. And then I've also played Shadows of Valentia and Fire Emblem Warriors. If you're curious, my favorite was Shadows of Valentia, because I just think that game, it was honestly one of my favorite games of 2017, and it's one of my favorite games on a handheld, because there's just quite a lot of content in it, and as well, like the presentation, like the voice acting, the graphics, the animation, everything, and like the way the characters were written, it was so well done. And I feel like that should be the standard for Fire Emblem. I really hope Fire Emblem Three Houses on the Switch can match that. And I also really like the dungeon crawling aspect of it. It was really fun to run around the dungeons in 3D and smash things and find secrets. And I thought the gameplay, like the actual strategy gameplay, I know people are kind of mixed on it. Like, a lot of people don't like the maps, but I honestly didn't mind it too much. And I really enjoyed the mechanics. It was very cool not having to worry about weapon triangles and all that. Oh, my voice is getting a bit stuffy. But yeah, I really liked that you could just use any weapon you wanted against any enemy for the most part. And it really just came down to the stats of your units and how you're positioning them and stuff. And I thought a lot of the arts were really interesting, because unlike skills in Fire Emblem Fates and stuff, they were like almost entirely like controlled. They weren't based on luck, most of the time anyway. And you could actually select them from a menu and just like, you could use this whenever you wanted. But yeah, that was a bit of a tangent. So yeah, Fire Emblem Shadows of Valentia. Get that, it's a great game. And it looks really good in 4K in Citra emulator. That's a 3DS emulator, and that game looks so crisp in 4K. I think there's some videos you can find on YouTube showing it off, but it's not fully playable in Citra yet, but it's pretty close. So hopefully that'll be fully playable by the time I get around to that game, for the playthrough series and all that. Sorry, I'm a bit slow today. I stayed up really late last night doing a lot of video editing and setting up stuff for various different kinds of videos, and also got this damn flu. But I'm also really new to this YouTube commentary thing. It's a bit weird doing it over a summoning video, but I'm starting to get the hang of it with the longer I do this video. At least I feel like I am. Just so, other things I want to have on the channel are, I want to do Breath of the Wild in CEMU, the Wii U emulator. That game looks really crisp, really good, it runs really well, 4K 60, and you can even do like little graphics mods, like better shadows and textures and stuff. And that's a game I really want to do. I'm just waiting on a certain version of CEMU to come out. It should be coming out this month, and then I'll probably get stuck into that within the near future. I already have a few videos showing off what that game looks like at 4K 60 on this channel, so you can have a look at those if you want. There's a very recent one as well that I did in the latest version of CMU at the time of this video. It feels like we're kind of not going to get any more 5 stars at this rate. I'll keep going anyway, because you never know what might happen. Another Effie. Okay. I don't know what fodder she has. Maybe I could use some of them for fodder. But other videos and content for my channel. Mostly going to be playthroughs, emulated ones, but I also am planning to cover Spyro Reignited Trilogy, because that's a pretty new and fresh game that'll be coming out, but it's also a remake of what I would consider the video game series that got me into gaming as a series. Like, I wanted to pursue like game development as a career in the eventual future. Right now I'm just going to focus on content creation for YouTube, but in the future I've already have some background that I've done courses and stuff like that in game development, but I want to really get serious about it in the eventual future. It's just a matter of finding a way to support myself, and I want to use YouTube for that, because I could actually have some passion and interest in that as opposed to just working some random job. And I feel like I'll also gain some experience in video editing through YouTube, which could open doors for me for other jobs down the line. And as well, I want to stream. I want to stream on Twitch and on YouTube. I've actually been playing around with that lately, trying to get my settings for the PS4 right, especially for Spyro and some other games. I want to stream the Spider-Man PS4 game. I've tried it out a little bit, not too much, because I want to go blind, but the swinging in that game is so cool, and it's got some amazing graphics. But yeah, I've pretty much sorted out my settings for that for now, because I don't have a 4K capture card for capturing 4K footage from my PS4 Pro. But I have really good settings that will look really good at 1080p. I can upscale it to 4K as well, which helps dodge some of YouTube's worst compression, because your videos tend to be less compressed if they're at a higher bitrate, or at the right bitrate anyway. I've done all my research into that. I have it all sorted out now. And this video should serve as an example, hopefully. It should look very clear on YouTube. But yeah, so we're at the end now, I think. But yeah, so I will make an update video on this channel when I set up the new channel. I just need to sort out some art assets for it, and as well I have to get an operation done on my jaws, because I have braces and all that at the moment. I'm due to get them off really soon. They told me that it should be in September or October, but they've kind of been putting it off, so I'm hoping to get it done by the end of the year. And if they get it done soon enough, I'll start the new channel after the operation, after I'm feeling better and all that. And another set. And then yeah, so then it should go from there. I should have a lot of content pre-prepared as well, so I'll be starting regular uploads immediately. And if they delay that operation way too long, then I'm going to just launch the channel whenever and get as much content out as possible, get a backlog up, and then when the operation happens, I'll be able to start the channel for you guys. And we might as well just summon Blue, because this is the last orb. But yeah, we got 2 Laegjarns. We got, I think it was plus defense, minus HP. Claire. We really do not need. I really do not need more Claires. My current one is perfect for me. But yeah, so that's the end. Let's see. I just want to see how many units I got in total. So I had 140 when I started, or no, 160. Sorry. So we got 120 units, about 127, something like that. Let's see. I just want to see the order of them obtained. So how many 5 stars did we get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we got 6 5 stars, and I got most of the fodder I wanted. So that was a decent session. Also, I also got like a lot of Aries. I noticed. Also got my merges. Yeah, so I'd say that was decent. A bit disappointing that I didn't get any more Laegjarns, and that I didn't get a minus res plus speed would probably be my ideal. Plus death as well is pretty good. But yeah, overall I'd say I am content enough with this. It wasn't the worst summoning session ever. Yeah, I think that'll be the end of it. I'll do all my merging and that on my own time. So thank you guys if you watched the video, especially if you stuck around for the whole thing. Leave any feedback you have in the comments, either in regards to the game or my video quality and my commentary and all that. I already know my commentary is going to be pretty amateurish because I haven't really done a commentary like this before, and I'm kind of sick and stuff right now. But hopefully this was enjoyable enough for you guys, and there was some interesting discussion to be had. So yeah, thank you for watching. Hope I can garner enough interest for the main channel that I'll be making in the future. I hope you guys will tune in, and that's that. So see everyone later.